Hi everyone, welcome back on my channel. The tutorial for today is this component. I think I'm going to turn it into a pendant. I decided to make it a cross shape, but I will also going to show you during the tutorial how to make it look like a diamond or square. I really love the way it turned out. I hope you like it too. So let's get on to the list of materials you need in order to make one for yourself. Okay, so here's the list of materials you're gonna need in order to make your own component. Today I'm gonna make the black and white version. I'm really curious to see how it turns out. So I'm using a 40mm Swarovski Rivoli jet hematite. I'm using 20 Superduos opaque white. I'm using 16 4mm Swarovski bicones jet. I'm using some size 11 seed beads opaque jet, some size 8 seed beads silver lined crystal, and some size 15 silver lined galvanized aluminium by Toho. Of course you're going to need a size 10 or 12 beading needle and some 4-pound Fireline. Okay, let's get started. To begin with, you're gonna pick up 3 Superduos and 3 size 11 seed beads. You're going to repeat this process 3 more times in order to have 4 groups of Superduos and 4 groups of size 11 seed beads. You're gonna bring them near the end of your thread, leaving a short tail. You're now going to pass through all the Superduos the same hole, like this, in order to close into a circle. I wrap my tail thread between my fingers so I can hold the tension while making this step. I'm gonna pick up 3 size 15 seed beads and I'm going back in through the last Superduo, the upper hole this time, and pull. Now I'm gonna pick up a size 8 seed bead. I'm gonna skip the next Superduo and going through the upper hole of the next Superduo, the last one of the 3. Pull. Now I have this. Again, pick up 3 size 15 seed beads and I'm going through the other hole of the Superduo I'm exiting, like this. Pull tight. Now I'm going through the bottom hole of the middle Superduo and the upper hole of the next one, like this, and pull. Now we have this. Now we're going through the first 11 row of the 3. Pick up another 11 row, skip the second one and going through the next. Then into all the 3 superduos, the same hole we entered the first time, and pull tight. Okay, now we're going to repeat the same steps. We're going to pick up 3 size 15 seed beads, passing through the upper hole of the Superduo, you exit. Now pick up a size 8 seed bead, skip the next Superduo and go through the upper hole of the third Superduo in row, pull, and again pick up 3 size 15 seed bead, and go through all the 3 Superduos. Okay, now exit the first 11 row from the group of 3. Pick up another 11 row, skip the second one and go in through the third one and all the 3 Superduos. Like this. Okay, so now go on and repeat the same steps 2 more times, and then I'm going to show you what to do next. Okay, so I've completed the steps all the way around. I've just added the last 11 row in row. Now I'm going to pass through all the 3 Superduos in line, upper hole, bottom hole, upper hole as before. Okay, and now I'm going to exit through the first seed bead and the middle one I previously added. So passing through the next 2 size 11 seed beads, here we go. I'm going to switch to be more comfortable. Okay, so I'm exiting the middle 11 row from the inside. I'm gonna pick up 2 size 15 seed beads, and pass through the upper hole of the next Superduo in row. Now I have this. Again, pick up 2 size 15 seed beads and pass through the middle seed bead from the inside. This one. Pull. Pick up 2 size 15s again and go through the upper hole of the next Superduo and pull. Now we have this. Now go on and repeat the steps all the way around and pass through all the beads one more time to reinforce it, and then I'm going to show you what to do next. Okay, so I passed through the beads one more time to reinforce it, and I'm exiting the second size 15 from the group of 2. I'm gonna enter the middle size 11, the third one, before the Superduos. Okay, and now through all the 3 Superduos as before. Okay, now I'm going to exit the first size 11 seed bead and the middle one from this side this time. Okay, from here we are going to make 2 squares using the right angle weave stitch. So we're going to pick up 3 size 11 seed beads and we're going to pass through the same bead again, opposite side. Pull. Now we're going up through the first 2 seed beads, pick up 3 size 11s again and pass through the same seed bead opposite side where the thread exits. Okay, now we have this. We're going to pass through the seed beads again to reinforce it, then through all the beads in order to get to the next middle seed bead, and repeat the same steps all the way around. And then I'm going to show you what to do next. So I finished making my right angle weave boxes and I'm exiting, as you can see, from the middle 11-0 seed bead from the second box. Now I'm gonna pick up 2 size 11 seed beads, and I'm gonna go through the next middle seed bead from the next square. Again, pick up 2 size 11 seed beads and go through the next middle seed bead from the next square. We're gonna do that 2 more times. I'm going through the middle seed bead I started with. Now before I reinforce this, I'm gonna pick up my Rivoli. I'm gonna put it upside down, and then I can gently pull so it's placed in the middle of my work. Now we're going to pass through the last beads added several times until the Rivoli is secured at the base of our work. Now do that, and I am going to show you what to do next. So I passed through the beads again. As you can see, the point of the Rivoli sits right in the center of the diamond shape we created. You could leave it like that if you like it, or you can make some extra embellishment just to be sure your Rivoli sits in place. To do that, I'm gonna use another color of size 11 seed beads. I am exiting from the middle seed bead from the base of a box. I'm going to go up into the side one, this one, okay. Now I'm going to pick up 2 size 11 seed beads and I'm going through the 8/0 between the Superduos. Pull the thread, again pick up 2 size 11 seed beads and pass through the side bead from the next right angle weave box. Pull tight. Now you have this. Now go down into the next bead, up into the side bead, left one this time, and we're gonna repeat the previous steps. So we're gonna pick up 2 size 11 seed beads, we're going through the 8/0 between the Superduos, pull. Now pick up 2 size 11s again and go through the side bead of the second box. pull tight, go through the middle bead again, then up into the side bead of the box. Now go on and repeat the steps all the way around, then pass through the beads again in order to reinforce it, and then I'm going to show you what to do next. Okay, so I finished reinforcing the back side and I'm exiting from a needle between the Superduos. This is how it looks like on the back. I'm gonna flip my work now and enter the upper hole of the next Superduo. Okay. And then I'm going to enter the next two size 15 seed beads in order to exit from the middle one. Okay. Now we're gonna pick up a 15-0, a Superduo, a 15-0, another Superduo, and a 15-0. And repassing through the middle size 15 of the next group. Pull the thread. Now we have this. Go through the next size 15 and the Superduo. Then into the 8-0, Superduo, and into the next two size 15s, and repeat the same steps all the way around 3 more times, and then I'm going to show you what to do next. Okay, I finished my row and I'm exiting the size 8-0 seed bead between the Superduos. Okay, I haven't cut my tail thread yet. From here we're gonna pick up an 11-0, a 4mm bicone, another 11-0, 4mm bicone, and 11-0. Okay, and we're gonna enter the upper hole of the first Superduo and pull. Pick up an 8-0 seed bead and we're going through the upper hole of the next Superduo in row. Again, pick up a size 11 seed bead, a 4mm bicone, size 11 seed bead, 4mm bicone, and size 11 seed bead, and pass through the 8-0 between the next pair of Superduos. Now we have this. I'm gonna show you one more time. So pick up a size 11 seed bead, a 4mm bicone, size 11 seed bead, 4mm bicone, and another size 11, and pass through the upper hole of the next Superduo. Pull, pick up an 8-0 seed bead, go into the next Superduo, and again pick up a size 11 seed bead, a bicone, size 11, bicone, and size 11, and going through the next 8-0 in between the Superduos. Okay, now go on and repeat 2 more times. And I'm going to show you what to do next at the end of this row. Okay, I finished adding the bicones, and then I passed 2 more times through the beads in order to reinforce. It looks like this. Okay, we have made some curves on the side. And now it's time to decide the shape of our component. So I'm exiting an 8-0 between the Superduos. I'm gonna flip my work so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. In order to make it turn into a diamond shape or a square shape, I'm gonna pass through the next 11-0 seed bead and the bicone. Okay. And I'm going to add 3 size 8-0 seed beads. And I'm going to pass through the next bicone of the next group. Now I'm going to go down into the 11-0 under the bicone, into the 8-0 again, up into the 11-0, into the bicone, and the next 11-0, and then I'm gonna pass all the way through the beads till I can get through the side of this, through the side. Okay, and now I'm going through the bicone and the 11-0 again, as before, through the 8-0 seed bead, up Oops, this is my tail thread. I'm gonna put it out of the way. Now I'm going up into the seed bead and the bicone. And again, I'm going to pick up 3 size 8/0 seed beads and passing through the previous bicone and the seed bead under it. Okay? Again, I'm going through the 8/0 up into the seed bead, bicone, seed bead, and I'm going all the way until I reach this bicone, so I can add 3 more 8/0 seed beads and repeat all the way around. Okay, so once you've done adding your size 8/0 seed beads, you have a diamond shape or a square shape component. Then you pass through the beads several times and your 8/0 seed beads will sit just as picos on the edges of your work. But I'm not going for this shape today. I'm going to undo this and I'm going to show you how I've made it look like a cross. Okay, so I've undone my work. I'm exiting from the first bicone of the 2 to make it look like a cross. I'm going to pass through the seed bead, bicone and seed bead right before the Superduos. I'm gonna pick up 5 size 8/0 seed beads. I'm gonna skip the Superduo, the 8/0 and the Superduo, and I'm gonna pass through the next 11/0 after the Superduo. And now I have this. I'm gonna pass through the bicone, through the seed bead, through the next bicone and the seed bead under. Then I'm gonna flip it again. Then I'm going through the 8/0 seed bead, through the 11/0 and the bicone, through the 11/0 in between the bicones, then through the next bicone and the seed bead after it. Okay? Now again I'm gonna add my 5 seed beads and I'm gonna pass through the 11/0 right after the second Superduo in row. Oops. Here we go. Now go on and repeat the same steps 2 more times. And if you like the cross shape, pass through the beads again in order to reinforce it. Okay, once you've done your final row, you can then make you can then secure the threads by making knots and then snip them off, and your component is finished. Now it's rather an X shape. You can choose whether to turn it into a pendant or make a bracelet or even a centerpiece for a necklace. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. And until next time, sparkle your way. Bye bye.